Hey there, Mission Control. Today, just a quick short video. One of the things I wanted to share with you is just the November 11th date. Last year, why is that important? Why do I keep saying that? If you're brand new to the channel, you may not know. It might be kind of confusing, so I wanted to kind of go over it real fast and also just kind of give you some signs of the season that we're seeing here in the Northwest. So, November 11th is the date that last year it started snowing. I remember that because it just didn't start snowing, it snowed a lot, and it didn't stop snowing for about 5 months. So that's a date. Once it starts snowing, we can't get big deliveries up here anymore, so all construction basically slows down to a halt. We can still get some UPS until the driveway is totally covered in ice, but otherwise it's a big challenge. So everything's got to get done before that date. And I want to share with you just kind of some interesting very subjective feelings that my wife and I have, you might say. We're sitting out on the back porch about 2 weeks ago, and I don't know if, a lot of you, you're all over the planet, so you might have this type of thing that happens to you only in a different way, but here in the Northwest, there seems to be some form of internal trigger in your body. And we were sitting outside, and we both went, I said to my wife, I said, it feels like fall. And she said, I know, it totally feels like fall. And I said, that's not good. So that switch has already gone off that says it feels like fall. But this was, a few weeks ago, this was in July. That's not good at all. So I kind of took that little data point and put it in the back of my head. And I'm like, surely this doesn't mean anything, we're just crazy. But then when the guy came up for the propane install, I was talking to him, and we have a lot of orchards in the area, and he helps service them. So he's going around doing his customer visits and repairs and such. And he said, I thought I was nuts, but the leaves are starting to change color. And this was early August when he showed up. And he goes, surely they had to spray it and something was going wrong. He says, no, I drove through the orchards, and sure enough, the trees are starting to change color. And on the road we live in, we're up at 2,400 feet. So that's 2 data points, how we felt, and then his feeling, or his observation on the leaves. And then another data point is the leaves on our road. We live at 2,400 feet, and we come from basically 500 feet, and we drive up to 2,400 feet every day when I go into work. The leaves are starting to turn colors as well, and it's summertime. So that's now 3 data points. And the 4th data point, my grandmother, she loves to fish. And she was out off the coast of Washington and Oregon fishing, and the skipper of the ship that she was on, or the boat that she was on, excuse me, don't want to make the Navy guys upset, you know what I mean, and they observed that the meat on the salmon they were going after is very, very orange, pinkish, very, very colorful. And that's usually not there until wintertime, when the water coming down from the Gulf of Alaska starts to make its way down here. So that means that the currents out in the ocean have changed, and we're getting colder water earlier. So I don't know what it all means, and I'm not going to politicize this, but because in today's world, basically people have stopped talking to each other, and they just want to be sensational rather than thinking. So on both sides, just to be very clear, that's how I feel about both sides of this particular topic. So what I know is I have control over the little area that I have here, not the weather, of course, but just what we do. So we're going to start getting prepared for winter in a big way. The first week of September is going to be fully dedicated to firewood, and then we're going to start walking the property and making sure that we're really ready to go this year. We have 2 generators, so we're going to make sure we have plenty of fuel for those. We're going to convert the generator that's out in the building to propane, so it can run off the propane heating system, the same supply line. So we'll be ready there. And then we're just going to go through, and I'm just going to make sure the snowblower's ready to go, the chains are ready to go, everything's lubed up, tractor's ready to go. We're going to make sure our tires and everything are good to go, and then just kind of go through the house and make sure everything's ready there. Probably have an emergency supply in case the power does go out for quite a few days. So I don't know how it is in your neck of the woods. I'm curious to know. What I see is that there's basically just extremes everywhere, and it seems like the seasons are starting to shift. Things are starting to occur earlier, last longer, what have you. It's kind of a mess. So curious to know your thoughts, but wanted to share ours with you, just of how we think this winter is starting to line up. And we could be totally wrong. These are all just purely subjective observations and what we think about it. But in this case, I think it's coming, and I feel like it's coming like a freight train. So we're going to get ready. Anyway, I'm going to get back to the reunion. I hope you guys have enjoyed following along. If you did like this video, and actually I hope you really do comment, because I'm curious to know what's happening out there, because you can't watch the news and actually understand what's going on, because it's all just sensationalized. Everyone's just so polar opposite each other that we've forgotten how to negotiate, to talk, to share, and to respect one another's opinions. So I hope that all of you can respectfully add your opinions, and maybe we can have a really cool conversation in the comment section of this video. So if you did like it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. In the meantime, this is The Real Martian.